The law of attraction may enrich our lives by aligning our energy with that of the cosmos, but occasionally, we unknowingly do things that obstruct this great capacity. One major blunder is failing to live in the present moment. Many people become engrossed in their memories or fantasies about the future, and they lose out on what is going on right now. The true enchantment of life, however, occurs in the moment. Every minute holds an infinite number of options and opportunities. We miss out on these possibilities when we are preoccupied with what has occurred or what will happen. Living in the present moment is the key to making your aspirations come true. The here and now is more than just a stepping stone to the future. It is full of joy and delight on its own. We connect closely with the cosmos by focusing on the present. This relationship improves the effectiveness of the law of attraction. We lose this connection when we allow our brains to roam too much. This intimate connection with the present moment also enables us to enjoy the minor delights and wonders that everyday life provides. When we are too focused on huge aspirations or previous regrets, we frequently overlook these small miracles. It's like wandering through a garden and missing out on the scent of the flowers because we're too focused on the map. But when we stop and genuinely feel the present moment, we open ourselves up to a world of beauty and opportunity that have always been there, just waiting for our attention. Furthermore, living in the present moment promotes awareness and reduces stress. Worries about the future or regrets about the past are common sources of stress. We may break away from these unpleasant ideas by anchoring ourselves in the present moment. This mental clarity and tranquility not only improves our well-being, but also makes our activities and decisions more effective. A peaceful mind is a great tool for manifesting our wishes and navigating the adventure that is life. Understanding that being in the present moment is the greatest approach to make things happen and be joyful may alter everything in our life. Yesterday is history, and tomorrow is a mystery, as Bill Keane once stated. Because today is a gift from God, we call it the present. In our minds, we carry a combination of memories, experiences, and tales that define who we are, embracing suffering and identity. However, we frequently cling to negative memories and difficult events. These tragic stories get ingrained in us, and we begin to feel that they define us. It's as if we're imprisoned in a prison of old wounds, and everything we do today is influenced by these old legends. Many individuals spend their time thinking about these difficult experiences over and over, becoming locked in a cycle that prevents them from moving ahead. Holding on to our grief prevents us from developing and evolving. Sometimes it takes a major difficulty or a crisis to break free from this loop. It's like a dam breaking, releasing all the sorrow we've been holding in and ushering in a fresh beginning. Just like signing up with us to begin a new chapter. Something fantastic happens right now when we understand we are more than our history, that we are more than our suffering and terrible experiences. We begin to perceive the world in new ways. Our prior wounds no longer hold us back, and we can appreciate the present. We don't forget our history when we let go of this suffering identity. It implies we recognize that these experiences are only a small portion of who we are. We learn from our mistakes, but we don't let them dictate our future. Knowing that life is about growth and change allows us to break free from the constraints we impose on ourselves. Pain occurs, but we do not have to continue to suffer. Choosing to go past pain is a significant step toward implementing the law of attraction in our life. This process of letting go of our suffering identity is like to cultivating a garden. The garden is first covered with weeds. These are our distressing recollections and experiences. We pluck these weeds when we begin to work in the garden. It's difficult and can be painful, but it's vital. We eradicate weeds to make room for new plants to flourish. These plants represent our fresh experiences, dreams, and ambitions for the future. As our garden grows in beauty, we begin to perceive our life in a new way. During this process, we also learn to be kind with ourselves. We, like a plant, require time and attention to flourish. We must allow ourselves time to recover from our mistakes and evolve into the people we want to be. We learn to be patient with ourselves, to appreciate minor accomplishments, and to keep going even when things are difficult. We're learning that it's appropriate to ask for help while we work on our garden. We can call out to friends, family, or experts for assistance in the same way that a gardener could seek guidance or additional hands. They may provide us with the encouragement, advice, and support we require to keep going. Finally, when our garden is in full flower, we will be able to appreciate the beauty of our trip. We recognize that every event, good or terrible, has contributed to shape who we are. We begin to live more in the present now, savoring every moment. We've become lighter, happier, and more at ease. This is the power of letting go of our suffering identification and welcoming life with an open and happy heart. When it comes to employing the law of attraction properly, a major issue is the tendency of blaming others and thinking negatively. It's sometimes simpler to point fingers or make up scenarios in which we're constantly the victim. This happens when we become caught up in our thinking, believing that everything horrible happened before or was done to us by others. This negative thinking and blaming others' behavior does not help us achieve our goals. Instead, it overwhelms us with negative energy. It's like trying to grow plants in poor soil. You will not achieve the desired outcomes. But it is liberating to understand that genuine problems are happening right now and that many of our worries are merely in our thoughts. This shift in perspective allows us to focus on what we have and what we can achieve. To truly use the law of attraction, we must stop blaming and start acting. Problems must be viewed as opportunities for growth, not as obstacles that must be conquered. Most of our issues are very transient and reside primarily in our minds, so we should focus our efforts on finding actual answers. Breaking the habit of negative thinking opens up a whole new universe of possibilities. Instead of being trapped in a loop of blame and disappointment, we begin to perceive the world differently. Opportunities that were previously obscured by our negative ideas emerge. We begin to realize that our ideas influence our reality, and we can transform our lives by changing our mentality. Practicing thankfulness is one approach to change our perspective. Focusing on our blessings generates wonderful energy into our life. It's similar to watering a garden. The more we look after it, the more it thrives. This exercise aids in the manifestation of more positivity and affluence. Another critical factor is to establish specific goals. Knowing what we desire makes attracting it simpler. It's like having a map and knowing where you're going. When we have clear goals, our behaviors and ideas align, making it simpler to attain our objectives. So being positive throughout difficult circumstances is critical. Challenges are inevitable in life, but how we respond to them sets our path. We increase our capacity to employ the law of attraction by having an optimistic attitude and viewing setbacks as chances to progress. It is not simply a matter of avoiding bad ideas, it is about accepting positive and progress, making the path to our aspirations a rewarding and transformational experience. Fear causes change and inhibits growth. When we don't attempt new things, we become like a plant that never gets watered. We are no longer expanding. Remember the first time you learned to ride a bike? It was terrifying. But once you figured it out, it was a lot of fun. Exactly like that. We learn and grow when we face our anxieties and attempt. If you are afraid, it is okay to seek assistance. Everyone requires assistance from time to time. Being brave does not imply that you are not afraid. It signifies you try even if you're afraid. Consider a small seed that is too timid to expand. Beautiful flowers and trees would be lost. So, when things change or you attempt something new, consider it an opportunity to grow like a seed into a flower. Remember that every time we postpone attempting new things out of fear, we are like a neglected garden. Our minds cannot develop lovely concepts and ideas until we are exposed to fresh experiences. A garden, for example, cannot flourish without new seeds and water. We obstruct the beautiful things that life tries to give us when we stay in our comfort zone, afraid to move out. According to the law of attraction, we attract what we focus on. So focusing on being afraid and not attempting will simply attract more fear and missed chances. But when we fearlessly step out and attempt, even if it's a tiny step, we're signaling the world that we're open to new experiences and development. Facing our concerns and attempting new things, like watering a plant, makes our lives flourish with potential. Skipping the path to discover your actual self in life's journey might sometimes reduce the effectiveness of the law of attraction for you. People are frequently distracted by what is going on around them, missing out on the beautiful things within themselves and the strong connection we all have. When we neglect this, we feel detached from both our true selves and the many excellent things that life has to offer. When you begin to truly understand yourself, you begin to peel away the layers of your ego. This displays your actual, unbounded self. Connecting with your inner self allows you to better connect with the vast wealth of the universe, allowing the law of attraction to function more effectively for you. This law isn't simply about material desires, it's about getting to know yourself, conquering your worries, and letting go of your ego. When you quit doing things that hold you back, such as not living in the moment or delaying self-discovery, you open the door to an infinite amount of happiness and success. Aligning yourself with the flow of the universe makes it simpler to receive all of its blessings, demonstrating what true abundance and success in using the law of attraction genuinely entails. If you stay on this route, you'll learn that the voyage of self-discovery never ends. Each step ahead yields fresh ideas and greater comprehension. As you progress down this road, you will notice changes in your perception of the world. Things that formerly seemed significant may lose their luster, while simpler pleasures become more valuable. You begin to notice the beauty in ordinary life and the people around you. This transformation in viewpoint is more than simply a mental shift. It's about altering your way of life and ignoring your genuine self. It's all too easy to lose sight of what actually matters in our hectic lives. You get so caught up in doing stuff that you forget to subscribe to the channel. Society encourages you to strive for great things, which causes you to lose sight of the particular spark of life that exists within each of us. Isn't it true that when we disregard our inner flame, we shut off the beautiful things in life, such as happiness, prosperity, and meaningful connection? There is a part of use that is creative and limitless. When we connect with this portion, life flows naturally, free of the desire for acceptance from others or the pursuit of material goods. Consider what the philosopher Epictetus stated: "We are frequently more concerned by our fears about difficulties than by the problems themselves." We open the door for positive things to come our way when we connect with our inner selves. This inner harmony sends forth signals that attract positive things into our life, making ordinary times special. Consider a world in which everyone is authentic to themselves and fully connected to their inner self. In this universe, superficial identities slip away, exposing limitless possibilities and a vibrant existence for anyone. Dancing in sync with the cosmos allows us to recognize how everything in life is interconnected. This isn't a fantasy, it's a reality. We can make the law of attraction function at its best by accepting this, bringing love, pleasure, and deep relationships into all aspects of our life. On this path of self-discovery, we realize that our innermost wants and goals are not merely imaginations, but rather reflections of our actual selves. When we match our behaviors with our inner truths, every step we take feels lighter, and every decision we make feels right. It's as if we've discovered a hidden door within ourselves that leads to a garden of possibilities. Each concept and emotion develops into reality here, fed by our genuineness. This garden is our creation, a mirror of our deepest selves coexisting with the cosmos. The beauty of this way of life is its simplicity and strength. We become magnets for all that is good and true by just being ourselves and embracing our core. Our lives take on the brilliant hues of pleasure, love, and fulfillment, like a canvas. We become beacons of light for others as we continue on this path, motivating others to go on their own journeys of self-discovery. We are creating a society in which the dance of life is a celebration of authenticity, a symphony of interconnected beings living in harmony while ignoring inner calm and attentiveness. When we fail to remain quiet and focused, our thoughts might run wild like a wild monkey. This might make us anxious or depressed. When we practice being calm and focused, our thoughts become like a lovely stream, flowing gently and quietly. This peace and awareness are like sunlight and water for our mental gardens. Just like a plant needs a healthy atmosphere to develop, our brains require tranquility and mindfulness in order to attract great experiences. What we focus on increases, according to the law of attraction. So if we allow our thoughts to run wild and disorganized, we may unwittingly draw even more disorder into our life. You agree that it reflects your opinions below. However, by practicing mindfulness, we may concentrate on peace, pleasure, and optimism. This is analogous to sowing seeds of pleasure and prosperity in our life's garden. Every minute of mindfulness is a step closer to living a more serene and happier existence. It's as if we tell the universe, "I choose calm and happiness," and the universe responds by delivering more of these positive experiences into our lives. Remember that our minds are quite powerful. They have the ability to create a world of concern or a world of wonder. It is our option, and it begins with a single thoughtful minute, focused on material attachments. Many individuals seek after things they can possess, yet they frequently wind up restricting the wonderful that life has to offer. According to the law of attraction, it's as if there's a familiar tale of people desiring more and more while feeling empty on the inside. This never-ending need for more might make us miserable and make our wealth appear less exceptional. In this never-ending pursuit, we often lose sight of what true prosperity and success entail. When we stop focusing solely on what we can have and begin to see the world in a different light, we create an ideal atmosphere for the law of attraction to work its magic. True riches is more than simply material possessions. It's about our experiences, our love, and living completely in each moment. Choosing to attract wonderful things from a position of fullness rather than emptiness is more than a choice. It's a road we take, combining material possessions with inner growth, being at peace with the present moment, and fully enjoying life's marvels. The path to real contentment frequently begins with letting go of the never-ending yearning for more. It is about finding happiness in what we have and in who we are. By doing so, we open ourselves up to a universe of possibilities in which happiness is found in the little joys and love that surrounds us rather than the next big purchase or achievement. This new way of thinking provides a sense of calm that material possessions cannot provide. It enables us to savor each moment, discovering beauty in the smallest details and the relationships we establish with others. It teaches us that riches is measured not in money, but in the experiences that take our breath away and the memories we love. As we progress along this road, our desires begin to shift. We no longer desire only monetary gain, but rather personal development, meaningful connections, and life experiences that nourish our spirits. This adjustment does not imply that we are abandoning our aims or desires. Rather, it is a matter of balancing them with a more in-depth awareness of what genuinely provides joy and contentment. Finally, adopting this balanced perspective leads to a life in which every event, no matter how great or tiny, becomes a treasure. We begin to see the world in a different light, one in which every person we encounter and every issue we face is a chance for us to grow and contribute to the world in our own unique manner. The law of attraction isn't simply about attracting stuff in this case. It's all about attracting a life filled with wonder, love, and real abundance. Unwillingness to share life's highs and lows is like a river with ebbs and flows, and along the way, the act of giving without expecting anything in return has emerged as a cornerstone to happiness. Giving freely connects us to a tremendous force known as the law of attraction. People often donate with the concealed goal of receiving anything in return. Giving motivated by a desire for recognition distorts the genuine essence of giving. Instead of being a selfless act, it becomes about meeting our own wants, and we lose the magnificent, pure energy that true giving possesses. Rhonda Byrne's book, The Power, eloquently illuminates this topic. When you donate, remember that you are part of an ongoing cycle of giving and receiving, she suggests. Feel the happiness it provides. You're initiating a chain reaction of giving and receiving. You're allowing opportunities to come your way. Remember that the cosmos has an infinite supply of gifts to give, and your giving will not deplete it. This concept demonstrates how genuine giving may transform lives, not just for those who receive but also for those who give. It connects us to the universe's boundless generosity, approaching life with this perspective, where the joy of giving meets the awareness of plenty, improves our connection to the planet, bringing more positivity and riches in numerous ways. To keep this flow of kindness continuing, we must be aware of our ego's tactics. We must choose to offer out of plenty and love. This puts us in sync with the law of attraction and guarantees that our lives are always abundant. Embracing this giving mindset goes beyond monetary stuff. It is about giving of our time, energy, and compassion. We contribute to the cycle of positive when we provide a listening ear to a friend in need, lend a helpful hand to a stranger, or merely share a smile with someone. These tiny deeds have a large impact, building a sense of community and togetherness. So the main message is that our ideas and actions have tremendous power. They have the ability to either block or accept the richness and joy that the universe has to give. We connect ourselves with the natural flow of the universe by being present, accepting our actual selves, practicing mindfulness, giving generously, and letting go of material attachments. I invite you to think about these ideas and share your opinions in the comments section.